So, talking about custom builds, Mark, your signature model, is that something that you've come to Andy and you've said, I want this, or I want this? So how did that?
No.
How did that model?
He came to me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, completely out of the blue, really. I mean, I went over to his workshop one afternoon. I generally like to, once or twice a year, pop round for a cup of tea and a chat. And I walked in his workshop, and he's got like 10 or 15 of these guitars, kind of in various stages of completion. And I picked one up and said, "Oh, if you ever build a lefty, let us know. I'd love to pop round." And then I think that kind of planted the seed of like, maybe if I build a lefty, maybe you go out and go to work with it, sort of thing, and try it out and see what you think. So it kind of got forgotten about. Then you called me out of the blue and just kind of said, "Look, I'm going to make a lefty, and would you be up for playing it?" No. Yeah. So yeah, that was kind of it. So I wasn't even really thinking about it.
So the whole design and the style of it, that was all your choices then?
Yeah, it kind of was. It's obviously built with Mark in mind.
Yeah.
So simple.
But it was maple neck and fingerboard. That's kind of his thing.
Yeah.
But the pickup choice was yours, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. I mean, I've used bare knuckles forever, and I've never had a bad pickup, And so I'd used the Cobra I'd swapped it out in the original black guitar. It's got a Cobra at the neck, and so I mentioned those, and you were kind of not sure. You'd used Damasio's and loved them. But I think, then you called and said, right, we'll give these a go. You'd read the reviews and what people said. And he put a couple of Cobras in. And it's the first time I've done a couple of gigs with that guitar. And it's the first time I've ever played an A gig, or probably any gig, with a single coil at the bridge.
Right.
Even though it's fairly punchy and it's kind of hot. But they are single coils. And it's the first time I'd ever used a single coil at the bridge. And we did Download Festival a little while ago and a warm-up gig the weekend before, and used the guitar for the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it just worked.
Yeah.
The band could not believe it. I mean, they couldn't. They were like, and Jason in A, he's a record producer. He lives with frequencies and sound. That's what he does. And we did a warm-up gig, and I played a couple of chords, and he could not get over the fullness of the sound, the low end and everything. It didn't lack kind of in any department sonically. And it looks cool.
I think that's what we found when we were recording the videos that you did for us earlier. We had Mark's amp, the Splawn, running through a 212, but that was up on a plinth for video's sake, and the low end was just insane.
Enormous, wasn't it? Yeah.
I know.
And obviously we're recording through a 57 as well, so recording wise it may be different to in the room, but
it just sounds like a great guitar.
Now what I'm going to do very quickly, I'm going to just grab this for you and I'm going to pass this over. Now this is your signature model. Now, very, very similar to what we were saying earlier. It was a good job there's no... we were discussing earlier, and I was lucky enough to have a play of the three production line models for a little quick video we did a couple of days ago. And we were discussing how it changes the way you play, because there's you have all this sort of section of your arm that isn't against anything anymore. And you're not anchored to anything. So I was quite interested to know how you find the difference in playing it. And
I mean, I have the guitar. I think I have it higher when I'm stood up playing.
Yeah.
And I've also noticed my little finger where it used to kind of sit under pickups, and I now kind of rest it under the guitar sometimes. You can kind of really grab it and get into the guitar, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely have the guitar higher on the strap. But apart from that, not it's 24 frets, easily accessible.
Yeah.
I've never had that before. Yeah, and like I say, the little finger sometimes kind of sits under the guitar. You can kind of control things a bit from there.
Yeah. I found on going through the three that sort of rhythm stuff is just a breeze. There's just nothing. I've never claimed to be a lead player by any stretch, but just the not having anything there makes you think, what am I doing with all this now? And it freed up my right hand to the point where, it was easier for me to play, and I, in that video, is probably some of the quickest sort of right hand stuff I've done for a long time. So for people who are wondering, so looking at the video, wondering how that feels, obviously you've got to try it yourself. You've got to sit with it, stand with it, and try it yourself. But take our word for it. It really is something completely different and really, really special. This one now is coming in a right-handed as well, which is really, really cool. There's a picture of that for you right now. And this one is going to be available as a production model, or will it be a request?
No, that can be. I guess there'll probably be requests to start with, and we'll see how it goes. But it's
and that is as it is in either or, left and right.
Yeah.
So that's with the Cobras.
Yeah, exactly like this one. I mean, the difference is it's got the Jescar fret wire, the Evo Gold fret wire, and carbon fibre dot markers.
But yeah, that is super cool.
Really is.
And you'll find, obviously, you're gigging with it, touring with it, recording with it. So it's
Well, when I used it, the first gig, I wanted to use it for the whole gig, but I wasn't sure. I thought, well, perhaps if I bring it out for a couple of songs. But then at soundcheck, played it, and no-brainer. Just kind of used it. It's lightweight. It's fun. So much fun to play.
Yeah, I think that's what we found. That's what we found.
Yeah, so it's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I used it for the last 2 A gigs all the way through, and the dynamic of the pickups and just rolling off the volume really cleans up well.
Yeah.
Really quite versatile,
They do. We've been
in the right hands, yeah.
yeah,
or left hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I love it.
No, it's brilliant. So, from where we are, I mean, I'm going to talk way into the future now. We're only launching these here today. But have you got anything ticking over that you want to do in terms of either a development on these or... Aha! Okay.
Yes, we do. Another headless guitar.
Cool.
Only available left-handed.
No plans for left-handed yet, but
okay.
it's we can do that. That's fine. It's a slightly fuller body. It's nothing like this.
Okay.
But it's slightly bigger. So I guess it's something between these and something a little more conventional.
Right. Okay.
But it's got a bit of a twist. So
wait and see.
Yeah.
Ah, you got me going now. I wanted to say, obviously, there's so much that you've had to do. I think innovation-wise in terms of the build, and just while the guitar is here, and if the cameras can see it, I just want you to talk about how you've managed to figure out the stringing and things like that, because it's not how you would imagine a headless guitar would string, is it?
No. It's this was obviously it's all started with the RS, and I because of the size of the RS neck. I couldn't find any that I liked, any aftermarket, headpieces.
Yeah.
So we designed our own, and I mean it's very, very simple, but I don't like. I've got this real pet hate about strings, the sharp ends of strings sticking out. So we designed this headpiece where they lock in. Then you've got this magnetic cap that covers up all the string ends. And you can adjust the truss rod there. You cut those flush, and it's just a magnetic cap on the end. Just neatens everything off. So there's no danger of catching your hand, because when we watched Mark earlier, you slide down and sometimes you come right off the end.
Yeah.
And if you coming back, if you start scoring yourself on string ends, you're going to put it down and pick up something else.
Yeah.
So
so the strings are held in.
The thread through there.
Okay.
And then just a grub screw there. There's a small insert which presses down through the grub screw.
And then our bridge ends. Ball ends are still
ball
there.
ends, yep. So
they just held in
you
place.
don't have to use like the older headless with a double ball end.
That's right. That's right.
So you don't have to use those.
That's brilliant. And obviously, for those of you that can see, our tuning is here. So these are all obviously fine tuners. It's
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
simple.
Well, yeah. I mean, I say they're fine tuners, but they are the main tuning.
Oh yeah. So they're not.
So-
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, it's tuned from here.
Yeah, and again, for those of you that don't get a chance to try them, tuning is simple and is actually the ratio is really nice. I don't know what they are in the but
Yeah, I don't know in relation to,
Yeah.
to regular tuners, but it works. They feel great, and
Yeah,
it's
they are
in
super
tune.
smooth, yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's no nut to snag the string, and no headstock. So no, it's like all the sort of weak points of the guitar have been ironed out. Like headstocks and where you've got the grain run out. There's none of that anymore. So it's no, it's a great concept, I think.
Yeah, it's stunning. So one last question on them, and then we can delve a little bit into your history
Okay.
as a builder. We've got a couch for you to lay on, and you can tell us all about your childhood. So it's the small contour at the back where the end of the neck is. So I just wanted to know
Okay.
your idea.
The thinking behind that was to allow for different neck profiles.
Okay.
So we can get this machine that's exactly the same all the time.
Yeah.
It's just to reduce prices, basically, to get this, so everything's consistent. We shape this, to suit this, but, with this shape here. So it's slightly fatter on the bass side than it is here.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you can probably see there's more taken off here. But we can experiment with neck shapes, but keep that exactly the same.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool.
So that was the idea, but that started with the RS Transporter. Some customers wanted a slimmer neck, and then once you start making these smaller, your fixing points, you're a little bit limited. I wanted 3 screws,
Yeah.
just for tuning stability.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Well, obviously our event is tonight, and we're going to obviously meet a bunch of people, and we're going to talk about these some more. Mark, you're going to melt our faces off again.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. No, you will. Mine is still recovering. But, so thank you very much, and we will obviously have a brilliant night, and we'll have highlight reels and all that sort of stuff. And, yeah, we will see you in the next episode very, very soon.